Welcome friends to Excel beginners and advanced tips. Friends, hope you are all well. Friends, today I want to show you the two things, that is, first insert image in a image control of a user form, and then I want to add, update and delete records including the image path in the user form through the user form to this database. For this I have created a database heading ID, name of the image here, and the image path will be stored here, and the IDs will be auto incrementing by 1. So friends, at first for this I need a user form. Just trying to design the user form quickly, so going to developer tab, Visual Basic, and insert user form here. And within this user form I am just taking a image control first for this heading, and I am taking a label for my today's task, that is adding image. I can write adding image in user form. So just dragging it, I'm just changing its font little bit so that it can be seen clearly, and alignment, text alignment, I am taking the text alignment as center text alignment. So this is our task for today, and within this form I am taking a label for the image name, just changing the name of the label image name, and taking a text box here for the name of the image. Here I am taking a text box, and below the text box I am taking a image control, another image control here to display the image in this box. This is the image 2, and this is the image 1. You can see the first control is image 1, and below the image control I am taking a command button to insert image, insert or add, insert image. Just enhance the size. I will enhance the size little bit. So friends, here I am taking the command button to copy this. Just press the control key and drag it where I want the copy. So I am taking the copies first, 3, 4 and 5. Here I can change the name, that is add, and the second command button I am changing the caption name, actually add, update, and here I can delete and refresh, and here exit from this user form. So friends, I have created these command buttons, and now I can display the data in a list box. Here I have created this list box. I am taking the list box and just enhancing the size of the list box here, and other controls little bit so that it can be seen clearly. Can change the font size to 12. So here our user form. So in this user form I need to work, and for inserting image, friends, I want to write code in this click event of this command button so that our image can be inserted from our computer to this image control box. Here the name of this, you can see the image 2. So for this, friends, I am writing the code within this command button. So first of all, we need to declare a variable, that is a path, to store the path of the image, actual path. So path means the actual location of the file within this computer. So dim, in this small letter, dim m path as string. Here the string type this is the string type variable where the path will be stored and the variable has been declared globally, so that we can take the variable anywhere in this project. Here we can write to add the image. First of all, we need to show the file open dialog box of MS Office, so that through this dialog box we can navigate the location of the image. So to show this, I can write application dot file dialog, and here file MS Office MS Office file dialog open dot, we can show this, we need to show, and then we need to, here I have shown this in the first line of code, actual location of the image of my from my computer, and then I want to assign m path, the actual location, actual path of the image. The same thing can be copied up to this, just I can copy up to this section and paste it. Dot selected items, I want to select a single item here, and then I want to load the actual path that is stored in m path to my image control. So image2 dot picture is equal to load picture m path. Now the picture will be loaded to our image control here from this path, and now I want to set the actual size of the picture so that it can be stored in the image control properly. So image2 dot picture size mode is equal to stretch it, and for this, friends, for this the picture will be adjusted within our image control. Let's run this, friends, see what happens if I run this. Just run this and insert image. I am clicking to insert any image. Here is the E drive. Here I am going to E drive and image, just selecting the item, just selecting the tiger here, open. You can see our image has been inserted in this image control. Now friends, I want to give the name of this image and want to add, and whenever I click on the add, the image will be added within this database. You can see the back end of this user form, ID, name and image path. So first ID, it will be auto incremental by 1 2 3 and like this, 1 then 2 then 3, and the image name and the image path will be the actual location of the file will be stored here. So to add item, I want to write code in the add command button. So at first I want to count the total number of blank rows, actually b row you can say, or last row, or b row, blank row is equal to sheet 1 dot cells, you can count this rows dot count comma count, spelling mistakes, count comma 1 dot end excel up dot, for the blank row we can type the offset command. First one single row, a row will be blank, that is the blank next blank row, cursor pointer will be in the next blank row dot row, and then I am taking a for loop for x is equal to 2 to be row of the sheet 1. It will start from the second row, so it will take the value from the second row. Okay, so now I want to assign, now I want to add items in the cells of our sheet. So sheet 1 dot cells x comma 1 is equal to the value of text box 1 dot value. That means the first text box which will be used for typing the names of the image, and similarly that second column of the sheet 1 will be the value of the second, actually this is the, no friends, just I have to change it. This will be the value of the 1, it will start from 1. That means x means 2 minus 2 plus 1 for auto incremental, and this will be the value of 1, because x minus 2 is equal to 0 plus 1. The first id will be 1, then it will be 1 plus 1 2, then it will be 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, like this, and next. And now the second cell of the sheet 1, x comma 2, that is the name, it will hold the value of sheet 1 dot, actually the second cell, actually it will be b row, the blank row, actually it will be the blank row, and blank row of the second cell, second column. Here you can see the column, it will hold the value of text box 1 dot value. Similarly, the third will hold the value of the path of the image that is stored in empath. Now we can refresh this user form, and user form 1 dot show, because we are working with this user form. So I think this column will add our necessary items in our sheet 1. So just run this. I am just taking an image tiger, and if I write tiger here, add, yes, you can see the tiger has been added to our sheet in the blank area, in the blank row starting from the row number 2. And now if I want to add another item, so table, open and write the name of this image table and add, yes, you can see the second item is being added, and the item id and the id is being incrementing by 1. So our addition has been done, and now I want to write code for updating, and friends, before updating I want to display the items from this database to this list box. We know, friends, how to add items in our list box. This is the name list box 1. So we can write in codes in the initialize section of this user form to add item in this list box. So going to the initialize event and initialize section, here I can just delete this section. So I want the list box to be 3 column, to have 3 columns. So we can write list box 1 dot list count, column count, actually column count is equal to 3. We want 3 column list box, and column width is equal to, for the id that will be with 50, and for the name of the image file, for the name of the image I am assigning 150, and I am assigning 0 length for the name of the file path, for the file path. Here I have given 0 because I don't want to display the file path within the list box. Only 2 will be displayed, that is the id and the image name, but there will be a column, but the column size has become 0, so that it will not be displayed in the list box. So friends, I want to count the total number of rows in sheet 1, because from sheet 1 I want to add items in the list box. So count sheet 1 dot cells rows dot count comma 1 dot end excel up dot row, and for I can take a for loop for x is equal to 2 to count and here I want to add item in the list box, one dot add item, and the items will be sheet and the list box one dot list. We know how to write this. List box one dot list count -1, and index of the column will be 0. The first column will hold is equal to, it will hold the value of sheet 1 dot cells x comma 1. Similarly, the second column of the list box will hold the value of this, the second column, that is the list index 1 will hold the value of the second column of the sheet 1. Similarly, the third sorry, actually it is 2, and it will be the third column of the list box. So next, x. So friends, I have added the items in my list box. So just run this. See, items has been inserted. And now friends, if I click or navigate the items of the list box, the corresponding name will be displayed here in the image name, and the image will also be displayed here in the image control box whenever I click on the select on any item from this list box. So to do this, friends, I need to write the code within the click event of the list box control. So just double clicking here. Here I can count. Here I am taking a for loop. Again, x can be taken for x is equal to 0 to list box 1 dot list count -1, and here sheet 1, and here the text box 1 dot value will be the list box 1 dot list box 1 dot list index, the first index. I think this will be loaded when I select the list index 0, that means the first column, to the text box 1, the name. Actually this is not the name, it is the, just see the form name, just going there, the second column. Actually it will be the second column, that is the 1. And similarly the third. So friends, here before that I want I can create a text box here. Just take a text box here. Here I also want to display the code. Whenever I select any item, the respective code will be displayed. Item ID will be displayed in this text box too. Okay friends, or we can just change the name txt id. So I also want to display in this text box that is named as txt id, the id of the list, that is, you can say 1 2, you can say like this, will be displayed here. So to display the id here, to display the name and the image here, I can write the codes here first. So this is the first. So just copy this here, text id dot value, txt id dot value will be the first column of the list box, and the name, that is the second column of the list box, will be displayed in the text box 1 dot value, that means our name of the image section, and the image control, image 2 dot picture will be load picture, here if I copy this section up to this, and close this, and the third column of the image path, that the third column, that is the image path, will be loaded to our picture image control box. So next, just closing the for loop. If I run this, let's see what happens. If I select any item, see our picture is being displayed, and the items here 1 and name is being also displayed. Just enhance the size font 14. Just going back and select tiger. You can see the picture is not been clear, so it should be fitted in the size should be fitted in the image control box. So to fit the size, I can resize the picture size, image 2 dot picture size mode equal to stretch it. Now if I run this, select, you can see the image, corresponding image is being displayed in the image control, and the image ID is being displayed here, and the image name is also being displayed here. If I select this, you can see the ID is 2, and this is the name table, and the image is being displayed here. So our display with the click of this list box has been completed. So friends, we can disable the visible property. We can be in the initialize section, so that it cannot be seen. That's why the form will look better. So in the going to the initialize section, and if I type txt id dot visible is equal to false, then what happens? You can see it will not be visible, and you click here, the image will be displayed here, and if you click here, that image, the corresponding image will be displayed here. Here is ID, but it is not visible, but this ID will be required for updating or searching image for matching with this database. So to update this, now I want to update, write code for updation, and to update this, friends, I want this code, I want to count here. Just going there, I want to count the total number of rows in sheet 1, and here I want a if condition, that if sheet 1 dot cells x comma 1 equal to the value of val text id dot value, then if text id is matches with the data from the first column of the sheet 1, then sheet 1 dot cells x comma 2 id will not be changed. 2 will be the value of sheet will be the value of text box 1 dot value, that is the name will be changed, and then sheet 1 dot sheet 1 dot cells x comma 3, and it will be the value of m path. End if and next. So friends, here I have assigned this cell in the update section, that is m path, and if I refresh this, unload me, and userform 1 dot show. So just trying to see what happens. If I want to add the other image to instead of tiger, just insert. If I want to add anything, forest, open, so change the name forest, and if I update this, let's see, the one tiger will be updated as forest, and the image path also will need to be changed. Update, just val. Actually the spelling mistake occurred here. Here you can see the forest has been entered in the name section of the first row, you can see, and the corresponding file path also been entered. So if now I change it again, want to change it with tiger, so open and tiger, just update. See, forest need to be changed as tiger and the image path need to be changed for this ID1. Just update. You can see in the back end tiger has been entered under the name and image path also been changed for this, and then image path, that is tiger.jpg, has come instead of forest.jpg. So our updation has been done with the following codes here. Here I need to match items with the value of the invisible text ID. Here I made the text ID text box as visible property false in the initialize event, so that you cannot see whenever the form will be run, you cannot see the ID text box here. So our updation has been done. Now I want to proceed for deletion of the matching records. So again, just going to delete. I am taking the update section. I can take this up to this. If the record matches, then it will be deleted. Okay, so I can delete this, write the code for deletion section here, and if the matches, then I can proceed for deletion. Then I can write sheet1 dot cells x comma 1 dot enter dot enter row dot select, and then I can display a message box before deletion. So I can write answer is equal to msg box, sorry, here sure delete this, like this, anything question mark and VB yes no, plus we can a critical mark here, give a critical mark, and the heading of the message box will be delete, like this. Just close this, and if answer is equal to VB yes, then selection dot delete, end if, and here the closing the end if of the upper if, that is a if statement, end if, and finally closing the for loop. Next with next x. So friends, if I run this, let's see what happens. I want to delete this sheet. I delete this from the sheet 1. Just delete. Sure, it has been selected, and sure to delete this. No, I don't want to delete this. Here, if I want to delete this, delete. Sure, you delete this. Yes. If I click on the yes button, let's see what happens. See, our record has been deleted. We can refresh this user form so that it also be deleted from the list box 1. So in the end, we can refresh this. Unload me and user form 1 dot show. So friends, if we add another item here, if I again add to logo, open and logo, give the name, add, see our item has been added, logo has been entered. And if I want to add another item, so click here, I can add this ground, open and ground cricket field, add. So it has been added. You can see and navigate. You can click here and navigate this. Thus friends, we can add items and update the path and the items in our database. So to refresh this, or if we want to refresh this, just take it, download me and me, actually spelling mistake is occurring, she and download me and user form one dot show. So this will be refresh. For this the form will be refresh, and to exit just make 2 lines of code. Before this we can save this database, this workbook dot save and application dot quit, and if we click this, our application will be, we will quit from this application. So thus I tried to make you understand that how image can be inserted in our image control like this table, add, here the image is being inserted, and like this we can also sort this so that the current record will be displayed in the top of the image list box control here. So now for these friends, I want to show you again the commands behind these codes, behind this command button. So image insert, here I have written this line of code, and here for addition I have written this line of code, and for just going back for updation I have written this line of code, and just going back for deletion I have written this line of code, and for refresh this is the code for refresh a user form, and this is the exit. So friends, thank you very much for viewing this, and if it is little helpful, please subscribe this channel friends, and it will be a great boost for me. Thank you friends, thank you very much once again. Exit.